That's your association?
I think there's some correlation to that, yes.
Yeah, what's the correlate?
The same thing as the example I give, only wanting it to be bald. I just think that, what does that resemble? A little girl.
Whoa, wait.
Does it not?
Hang on.
Does being a virgin and being completely bald down there?
So then I assume that you would be against 6'8" men dating 4'10" women?
No.
Well, I don't understand. What do they resemble? What does a 4'10" woman resemble to a 6'8" man?
I think you could tell even if based on someone's height, I think you could still tell if they're of age.
Oh, so, and could you maybe tell that with other parts of their body too?
Well, I got a question.
Hang on, I just want to know, can you tell that with other parts of the body too?
Maybe if the girl you were sleeping with had only had some really, really small peen.
Small what?
Peen.
Pee-pee?
Yeah.
The guy has a small...
Maybe if he
pee-pee?
had a micro peen, then
what the
it would
fuck?
still...
Adults can have small pee-pees.
Yeah, what are you
That's what I'm
talking
saying.
about?
That's
That's
what I'm
bizarre.
What do you mean?
Like that doesn't even make any sense. Like what do you mean? So
Wait.
I'm really curious here.
You're
If
saying-
the association in your mind is you must be the P word or in some way associated with the P word because you prefer virginity. And guess what? Guess what else are virgins out there? Underage people, those are virgins as well. So you make that association, okay? But there's all sorts of things that you can then associate with that, which would just include things like, I prefer youthful-looking women who aren't virgins, let's say. Well, that's still associated with the same thing. Or short women, that's associated with the same thing, right? Or women who only eat macaroni and cheese, I guess, or that's their favorite dish. I could associate that with a kind of prepubescent mentality. So why is it that you make only this association? That's really weird. It makes me think that you have a screw loose and that you are making an association that other people would not attribute to children. That's not when you think child, that is not what people attribute to child. Why do you attribute that to child?
I don't think I'm this genius that's like came up with this idea that being bald down there or being a virgin kind of correlates. I'm saying only wanting that.
Wait, really quick, if I can jump in here really quick, Andrew, and then I'll pass it right back. On the bald thing, you said, well, how would you know? So let me ask you a question. Let's say it's a 30-year-old woman, and she's told you she's 30. On her dating app, it says 30, but she's bald down there, and she's down there, and right next to on the bed is a driver's license, a photo ID, her birth certificate, and a sworn statement with witnesses under penalty of perjury that she is in fact 30 years old, but she also is shaved. She's bald down there. Is that still P word stuff?
I'm not saying that if you do.
Under
I
penalty
get
of
waxed
perjury.
every month. Like
I'm
saying
you get waxed?
Yes, I'm not saying I'm against. I'm saying for a man to be like hairy coochie is just like I can't. I just kind of feel like, one, you're ungrateful, and two, it's kind of off-putting.
Wait, so you don't have any grooming preferences for men? Like you're fine with full 70s bush?
I prefer hair, but I mean,
like full bush, like never groomed a day in their life, full bush, jungle status.
Yes.
They braid that shit too.
I would help them.
You're fine with the braids. You will braid.
So,
I will.
Okay.
I will
Go ahead, Andrew.
save a pube souvenir.
So to kind of explore the rest of this, and I think Brian makes a good point here. This is actually where I was going to go with it next, because I'm just as curious as he is. Would you associate hair on a man with being a man? Right, that is definitely a trait of being an adult male would be hair, right? Mm-hmm. And you would also associate then that a male who has very little hair, you would associate with a boy, right?
I don't see. My thing is, it would be like me.
Here's the thing. Let me just show you where I'm going with this. I'll land the plane, as they say, really quickly. If a woman's preference is to only have men who, have no body hair because they get rid of it by shaving it or whatever, however they do it, Are they the P word? Are those women alarming to you? Are they disgusting P words because they want a man who removes all of their body hair and that's what they want?
No.
Well, I don't understand the association then.
Well, I'm sorry you can't understand, and I don't know if you want to hear
I'm
that
sorry
either,
that you
right?
can't explain, but try to explain. I'm trying to understand.
This is just my stance on it. I think it's weird when, hundreds and hundreds of comments are all they can think, talk, and speak about is a virgin. I think it's
Is there a preference? That's weird that all that they talk about is their preferences?
I do think it's weird to take time out of your day and type some weird comments like that.
Well, it's really weird to me that you think it's weird that you would put your opinion out there and say, here's my opinion on X thing. Mm-hmm. Now, don't say anything about it. That's really weird. Isn't the whole point of engaging in a dialogue or putting your opinion out there is because you want feedback from the audience and the people who are watching so that they can express what their opinion is?
And they express theirs, and then I express back.
Right. But if they're all expressing, or a good number of them are expressing that this is a preference, why do you immediately associate that with the P word when we hold you to the same standard? Apparently, that is not P word-like behavior. If a woman wants a hairless man, why, that's just fine. But if a man wants a hairless woman, he's a P word. Can you make that make sense for me?
I don't think I can. I'm sorry.
I don't think you can either, but I appreciate it.
Do you think more women prefer to be groomed versus men who have that preference?
I would say yes, more women do. I mean, just even for myself, I get waxed monthly, mm-hmm. and I've been abstaining from sex. It's not for anyone but myself.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, like, I see girls at the beach. There's no way they're trying to go around to the beach with like a full-on bush, mm-hmm. Because they want their bathing suit as small as possible. And then my second point, I was thinking when you were saying some of this is, it's only relatively recently that women would leave high school without their virginity intact. So when men would prefer a virgin, they would still be wanting somebody who is an adult. Like, this is somewhat of a new thing that girls lose their virginity before the age of 18, and historically, right? Wouldn't you agree to that? It's not like women were being highly promiscuous even like 50 years ago. If you just had to guess.
That's
like, when did the sexual revolution happen?
I don't know what women do
if you had to guess though, do you think the women were more promiscuous or less promiscuous after the sexual revolution?
I think they're more promiscuous now, I guess.
Right, so then it's a fairly new thing for men to have, or it's not a new thing that men want virgins, but it's a fairly new thing that men are now encountering a dating market where most women are now not virgins when they graduate high school. Mm-hmm. So it's probably not necessarily affiliated with being attracted to minors. It's probably just part of their hardwiring that's what they want, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I got a question. Let's say there's a woman who's 30 who's a virgin, and then there's a woman who's she just turned 18, but she's slept with 100 men. If a man has a preference for dating the 30-year-old virgin over dating the, hold on, wait, let me think here.
Yeah, the 30 prefers.
Yeah, he prefers dating the 30-year-old virgin over the. Now, granted, she is legally an adult, so I wouldn't consider either to be P word. But
yes.
Which one do you think? Like, if a man was inclined to date one or the other, which one would be more P word? The 30-year-old virgin or the 18-year-old with 100
bodies?
How old
is the man?
40.
I mean, yeah, it's legal to date an 18-year-old, but I still don't think a man that's 40 years old should be dating an 18-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So
but
I think he should go for the 30-year-old virgin then.
But
why not?
Look at all the sexual experience that she's had. Because you said it comes down, the virgin would suck in bed. It's giving P word. Mm-hmm. But she's a 30-year-old virgin, whereas the 18-year-old has had 100 sexual partners.
But your question is who should he...
Which one is more P wordy?
I mean, both.
They're
both of age, but I do think a 40-year-old man, should he be dating an 18-year-old? I mean, to each its own, but I just don't think...
Yeah, they should. What's wrong with it?
I don't. Would you do you have a daughter or
Yeah.
Andrew has daughters, yeah.
you have daughters? So you would,
Yeah, I have 4
you-
daughters, yeah.
You would be okay with your 18-year-old daughter dating a 40-year-old man?
Well, what would me being okay with it? Let's just assume I'm not okay with my daughter dating anybody because I'm a good dad, right? And that's all good fathers everywhere hate the fact that their daughters date anybody at any time for any reason. But the thing is I've been thinking about this because I hear women say this a lot, right? And I only hear it exclusively from women. That it's gross or in some way icky if a 40-year-old man dates an 18-year-old woman. Are you saying that an 18-year-old woman is too stupid to date a 40-year-old man?
I don't think you are thinking clearly at 18.
Okay, well then why can you vote?
Shit, I don't know.
Good
So
question.
then, do you think that 18-year-old women shouldn't be able to vote?
I think
Hang on, remember the question, answer to the actual question. Are you saying 18-year-old women are smart enough to vote but too stupid to handle their personal affairs when it comes to a relationship? I just want to make sure I get this clear.
I think voting, I can't really say the two correlate because getting involved with a 40-year-old man, dating a man that has much more experience and could use that to his advantage in many ways
But-
is different.
So
than
that
putting in a-
40-year-old man, if he has a lot more experience and he's way smarter in this type of thing, clearly he should be able to vote. Why should the 18-year-old who's too stupid to date the 40-year-old man be able to vote? That's what I don't understand.
Stupid doesn't equal inexperienced. You could
Well,
just
then
be
what's the problem
young
with them
and
having a
inexperienced
relationship?
and not stupid. Dealing with
Yeah,
a man
okay,
is way
sure.
different.
So if that's true, then what would be the problem with them dating?
Well, I want to go back to the question that I have for you, and I want to go back to the question I have for you. You said you have 4 daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it would be a good idea for your 18-year-old daughter to date a 40-year-old man? Yes or
I
no?
would advise my 18-year-old daughter not to date any man.
No, that can't be I'm saying if your 18-year-old
How
daughter
can
said,
how can it not be? Do you know any would include all 40-year-old men?
I think.
So any would include all 20-year-old men, 30-year-old men, 40-year-old men, 50-year-old men, and include all of them, not just some of them. But in this case, we're talking about a 40-year-old man and an 18-year-old woman, and I'm just curious, if you think an 18-year-old woman is so fucking stupid that she can't handle her personal affairs when it comes to dating, why do we let them vote?
She never called them stupid.
Yeah, I never called them stupid, and
That's you.
I'm
I
just
lost
how
audio
you're
on this end, I know.
just how you made a comparison
Nick,
to
did you
the.
do
I lost
something?
audio.
I had to adjust that. I'm going to recall him back.
Wait, what did you change? We're getting it. We got it, Andrew. Here, I don't know if you can understand sign language. What happened, Nick?
It's just a normal audio thing that happened again.
Okay.
It's because we refreshed.
That's fine. So going around the table, I'm just going to get everybody's take on this. Do you object to age gap relationships?